One,
Go.
go. Right. Would you ever tell me about the cattle drive to Doolin, Dad?
Oh yeah.
And how did that happen?
What happened was there was the Macnameras, which were English. They lived in the Force Hotel. That was their living quarters and in a stable. But they owned 1,000 acres of a estate in Doolin.
Right.
You see.
That's it.
So the local people had very small farms. So they decided that they'd try and get the land taken off the Macnameras and divided up amongst the local people.
Right.
So there was 300 head of cattle belonging to the Macnameras in the estate. So all the local farmers got together from several parishes around, assembled one morning, and they drove the 300 cattle to a pound in Corofin. And the pound made a place that's walled in by a 6-foot or 8-foot wall.
I see.
Some acres of land. It was used by the English if people couldn't pay their rent, and they'd take some of the cattle off them in lieu of the rent. And they'd hold them there for so many days, and if you couldn't pay the rent by then, after 7 days or 10 days, whatever it was, they'd sell the cattle.
Right.
So that facility was there. So the local people got together, drove the 300 head of cattle to the pound and took over the pound in Corofin. And they sat on the walls. There was a photograph of that in the iPad, if you were clever enough to be able to pick it up. I'm not good at that stuff.
Yeah.
You see? And they sat on the top of the wall with all the wearing trench coats and hats and sticks and all, and protected the cattle for so long until an agreement was made, and the Macnameras agreed to hand the land over to the government to be divided amongst the local people. It took a bit of time. I don't know how long that took, but it was all divided up and stone walls built around. It was broken up in mostly 6-acre lots. And my father, which was one of the people that drove the cattle to Corofin, he inherited 6 acres
I see.
of the land,
I see.
you know. But the rent was high. The rent was very high. And a lot of people took 6 acres, but when they realised how expensive the rent was, they weren't able to afford it, and they gave it back up again. And there was more people there to take it. But my father took 6 acres anyway, and what he'd done was it was divided into 2 fields. So he went to approach a hotel owner in Lisdonvan, the Joe Kane, and he gave him 1 field to pay the rent on the whole lot for 5 years,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And my father used his own lot. But by the time the 5 years was up, De Valera had half the rent. He had cut it in half, and my father was able to take back the 3 acres, and he was able to afford to pay the rent for that, you know. So that was the story about the Macnameras just disappeared altogether then.